Hello guys. So I did not record yesterday because I did not have a good day yesterday. I was so discouraged. I was doing good, you know what I'm saying? Sorry about that, my camera is messing up. But anyway, so I woke up, I was doing my morning routine. I had my gospel music playing while I was getting ready for work. Um I started talking to the Lord, you know what I'm saying, on my way to work, as I usually do. Usually I'll start my mornings off by listening to like some sort of sermon, a message, something inspirational, or I'll listen to some gospel music, you know what I'm saying, because who knows what type of day I'm about to get ready and have. So let me try to equip myself with the whole armor of God so that I can be prepared for whatever the day may brings. And so as I am on my way to work, talking to God, I received a phone call. I answered this phone call because, typically people call me when they want to vent. And, I don't mind being a safe space for people, because we all need a safe space, So, hey, people have been calling me to vent to me, to get advice for years. And I don't mind being a helping hand or giving whatever advice that I feel is best. So, and that's only if they ask. I don't offer it. But, anyway, long story short, so I answered this call. And of course, yes, it's someone venting. And what was in them, it got in me. And I didn't realize it at the moment. I didn't realize until later that day that this was the problem. Now, when I got to work, like nothing was right, okay? And I mean, nothing made me happy. So, anyway, I get to work and I mean, it just seemed like chaos was just everywhere. It's just like, oh my God, like what more can happen? And I mean, things were just happening and happening. And I'm like, oh my God, like what is happening with this day? Like what is going on? And so, I get to work and typically I get breakfast maybe like within that first hour that I get to work because I work 12-hour shifts. And usually once I get that breakfast, you know what I'm saying, I'm okay. Like I'm a different person, like how coffee do. And so I couldn't even eat my food. I could not even eat my food because of the things at work that was happening. And I'm like, oh my God. So of course that upset me. And I mean, like everything was upsetting me. Everything. Like nothing made me happy. So I was like, you know what? They gonna feel my wrath today. Like y'all can trip if y'all want to. Y'all gonna feel this. Y'all gonna feel this rage that I feel. So and I don't like when I become that person. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not me anymore. That's the old Alicia. This new Alicia, like this new place that God has delivered and brought me to, I don't like confrontation. I don't like drama. I don't like all of that. Like, what's the purpose? Like, what is... Yes, I still may be sassy. That's my culture. I'm black. It is what it is. I grew up in the hood. That's who I am. I'm not going to say that's who I am, but whatever. I have my sass, but God has developed me. God has developed me into a totally different woman, the woman that I am today. So anyway, when I realized that I was experiencing a day from hell for some reason, whatever reason, like I didn't realize, I'm like, okay, God, like what is going on? Like everything is like upsetting me. Like everything, like these people, they not doing what they supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay. And so usually I try to be the peacemaker. When I see things kind of getting a little overwhelming, or when I see my coworkers becoming overstimulated, or just when I see the environment just becoming stressed, I try to step in and I try to be a helping hand. I try to like bring peace into the room. I try to bring peace into the environment. I just try to do whatever I can to make everybody's day better. That's who I am. But yesterday, I don't know where that Alicia was at. I don't know where that Alicia went. And so, anyway, it wasn't until later on that day when I sat down and I was like, Lord, what is happening with me? Like, am I like getting ready to come on my cycle? Like, what is going on? Like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I just been enraged and I really don't want to be around nobody, and I just really need to be by myself so that I can focus and, like figure out what is happening. I'm irritated in my body. It's just like, I'm just, experiencing all of these different emotions, and I'm overstimulated. And later on, I realized, wow, I allowed someone into my personal space at the top of my day. I allowed someone to interject with my personal time with God when I was being vulnerable, when I was open. I was in my most vulnerable state at the top of the morning. I was allowing God to get in. I was allowing him to release whatever toxins that were inside of me. Lord, release me. Remove whatever is in me that is not like you. And so my thing is, the enemy is so tricky. Like, he know what to do and when to do it. He knew that I wasn't fully equipped with the whole armor of God when he allowed that phone call to come in and interject my time with the Lord, because he knew that I was going to answer that call. He knew it. And see what that call did? It took my peace. It took my peace, the peace that I hadn't even got the chance to pray for. I hadn't even had the chance to pray for. And he came and snatched it away. Because, my peace was gone the entire day, y'all. The whole day. The whole day. This phone call, you get some people who are just toxic. I don't even know no other way to put it. They're just toxic. They complain about life. Everything in their life is not happening correctly, or it's not going the way that they want to see it. But they're not putting in no energy, no effort, no time. They're not trying to correct their behaviors. They don't want to take accountability for the things that they do. Just toxic. And my thing is, once you allow that into your personal space, and if you're around it long enough, it's going to get into you. So I'm just here to say, protect your peace at all costs. At all costs. That was a reminder to me. Protect your peace at all costs. And ain't nobody worth interrupting your time with God. Nobody. I knew that I was not fully equipped for that phone call, but I took the call anyway. I knew that I was not fully equipped to take on the day. I knew that I wasn't. And so I take accountability, because I should have declined that call until I was ready. And maybe I should have gave them a call back, or maybe not. Sometimes we got to learn to love people from afar. Sometimes we have to learn to love people from a distance. Baby girl, I love you. I pray, I pray, oh God, I pray, girl, that you receive peace. I pray that you receive deliverance. I pray that you receive the healing that you need. I pray. I'm going to love you, and I'm going to pray for you, and I'm going to love you from a distance. Because I can't allow you in my personal space. I can't allow you in my intimate space. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. I just can't afford that in the season that I'm in right now. Because where God has brought me from, God has brought me from that. Now what I can do is I can show you the rope, and I can give you the tools that God has equipped me with for me to be delivered from that. Now that's what I can do, but what I can't do is sit around in your toxicity. I can't allow your storm to rain on me. I can't. I can't, because I'm not in that season right now. I'm in a whole different season, and I'm on a whole different level, and I can't afford that. I can't afford to allow you to take me back to a place that God done delivered me from. I can't afford for you to take my peace and my joy that I worked and fought so hard for. Oh, I fought for this peace, and I fought hard for it. I fought. And I will not allow anyone to come in my personal space, invade my space, interject my time with God to steal what he done blessed me with. Oh, absolutely not. You got to go. We're going to have to let people go. We're going to have to release some people in this season. We're going to have to release them. Because you don't fit my future. In fact, you don't even fit my present. See, you fit my past. You fit my past, and I'm not there anymore. And if you're not ready to come and be where I'm at or go where I'm going, you gon' have to go. You have to. See, we're going to have to get into the mindset that no matter the history, no matter how long we've known somebody, no matter the relationship, if these people are not going to a place that you are going, you're going to have to be strong. You're going to have to be firm. Like I always say, be steadfast and unmovable. Yesterday, I hadn't even got that chance to develop that. I was not steadfast and I was not unmovable because I was moved. I allowed the enemy to come in and take my peace and ruin my whole day. To ruin my day. I said that I would come on here and I would make a video every day. I didn't even have the capacity to make a video. You know what I'm saying? I let the enemy come in and ruin my day. But oh, not today. Oh, you won't have my peace. You won't have my joy. You won't have my mind. You won't have my strength. You ain't getting none of it. Because in this day, I take everything back that you took from me. We're going to have to be steadfast and unmovable. Unshakable. Yeah. Love these people from a distance, from afar. I can pray for you. I'm going to wish you well. I wish you greatness. I wish you peace. I wish you well. But I got to go. I got to go. We're going to have to stop answering them phone calls. Stop reaching back out to people. They'll get the point. They'll get it eventually. And let them think whatever they want to think. They can think, oh, you acting funny. Okay, and so what? Think whatever you want to think. I don't. Because you're not finna compromise my destiny. You're not getting ready to compromise my future. That's what you're not finna do. So I don't care about who thinks what about me anymore. Those days are long gone behind me. You know, sometimes I encounter people and they be like, oh, well, I remember when you used to get food stamps, or I remember when you used to do this. Okay, and I do too. Oh, ain't God good? Look how far he has brought me. He done brought me a mighty long way. Oh, I remember those things too. I remember when I used to act like this, and I used to act like that. I remember when I used to hang around you and Dick, Tom, and Harry. I remember all of that. I remember when I couldn't think for myself. Yeah, I remember all of that. But see, they can't accept the new you. And that's okay. That's okay. Let them be bitter. Let them be broken. You keep shining. You keep moving forward. You keep going to the place that God has for you. You keep leaning towards your destiny. Push every day. Keep striving. Keep striving. You have to. I'm telling you, that end result is going to be to such a magnitude that you could have never even imagined. I'm serious. I'm serious. Do not wake up each day without equipping yourself with the whole armor of God. Read the scripture. Don't go to bed without equipping yourself. Because, I mean, the enemy, he going to attack you in your dreams. The enemy will attack you in your dreams. He is tricky. And when he can't attack you in your dreams, he's going to try to come and attack your children. He's going to try to come and attack those that are closest to you. Pray over your people. Pray over your children, your family, your friends. Pray over your people. Every day. The enemy is busy, y'all. We are in spiritual warfare, and so many of us are blinded. Are so blinded that we can't see that we in a spiritual warfare. You can't tell me that you can watch the news. You can get on social media. You can see the things that's happening in your city and town. You can see the things that's happening across the world. You can see the things that's happening in your own household. You can see the things that's happening on your job and in your own life. And you can't tell me that we're not living in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. You can't tell me that we're not living in the last days. You cannot tell me that you don't see that we are in a spiritual war. And the only way to fight is in a spirit realm. You can't fight physical. No, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Okay? and rulers of darkness. We wrestle in a spirit realm. Please get in tune with your spirit. I'm making these videos. I'm not just making these videos just to show my face. No, I love y'all. I'm making these videos because I'm trying to teach you all the way. I'm trying to show y'all what has been shown to me. And the only thing that I give y'all, the Lord gives me the words to speak. And I speak whatever he gives me to speak, and I will go wherever he sends me. Because I'm not afraid of nobody's faces. Because the Lord will protect me at all times. He's going to protect me at all times. All I want y'all to do is be steadfast, be unmovable, protect your peace. Protect your peace, protect your peace. Please, please, please. The enemy is tricky. He gonna use one of your friends. He gonna use somebody that's closest to you. Protect your peace and know that it ain't even them. It's the enemy that's using them. It ain't even them. Use your spiritual gifts. Pray every day. Pray every day. I'm telling y'all. It's time to get your transformation. It is time for you guys to grow and develop. It's time for all of us to grow, develop, get on one accord. Y'all, come on now. We got to learn. It's like, what don't y'all see? People getting sick. You know, every time we look up, somebody got cancer. Then when they find out they got cancer, it's 4th stage. It's 4th stage. Like, come on. What are y'all not seeing? All these 18-year-olds, every time we looking up some 18-year-old that got shot and killed because they tried to rob somebody or break into somebody's house or break into somebody's car. What are y'all not seeing now? Come on. I need y'all to wake up. I need y'all to wake up. It's too many of us sleeping. Too many of us. It's not enough of us that's woke. And I'm not all pro-woke. No. It's time to kick into reality now. We all have a spiritual gift. We all have a spiritual sense. Y'all gotta tap into it. Tap into it. Come on, y'all. Get the healing that y'all need so that y'all can see clearly. Go to therapy. Y'all know I'm gonna preach that to the death of me. Go to therapy. Go to counseling. Go to support groups. Go see you a life coach. Do whatever it is that you have to do. Read books. Join a club. I don't know. Join some type of clubs. Join a church. Listen to some scriptures or some inspirational speakers. Go to some women's conferences. Do what you have to do. Let me tell y'all something. I go to therapy and I pay out of pocket for therapy. That's how serious this is for me. That's how serious my healing is. That's how serious my transformation is for me. I pay out of pocket. Y'all gonna have to get serious about y'all life. Life is happening at a rapid pace, and I know that I keep saying this, but I am serious, y'all. Life is happening so fast. The worst thing that you can do is live a life and not know your purpose. That's the worst thing that you can do. Live your life and not fulfill your purpose. But it's even worse if you on your deathbed and you don't even know the whole reason that God brought you here in this world. We all got a purpose. Some of us have numerous purposes. Find it. Come on now, y'all. We got to wake up. We have to wake up. We got to wake up. We're going to have to stand firm. We're going to have to get together, y'all. We're going to have to, we're going to have to fight. We're going to have to fight this spiritual enemy, this warfare, y'all. We got to come together. I am serious. I'm serious, y'all. Like I always say, I love you guys. Be steadfast, be unshakable, be unmovable. Protect your peace at all cost. Every day. Pray for your peace every day. Every day. Pray for your protection. I keep this in my car. I bought my daughter one too. I got this when I went to Dallas, Texas from TD Jakes Church. Yeah. And I anoint myself and my children. Me and my daughter went to go in. We went to feed. I had made these care packages, and a guy friend of mine from Facebook. We went to go and feed the homeless. You know, they had chili. You know, We were passing out to the homeless. We passed out all the care packages. And my daughter, we were getting ready to leave. In fact, we left and went to a couple of other places. And we still had chili left because some of those other places, like the St. Patrick's Center, they had food for the veterans because of Veterans Day. So we ended up going back to the first spot that we went to downtown. And we was like, well, we just gonna get them the rest of the chili, get them the rest of it, fill them up, give them some for later. And so we did that. I had my kids and my daughter's friend, they was making a place. They was passing out the crackers, passing out the drinks, just doing whatever it is that they can do to help. And my daughter, we were getting ready to leave. We was like, okay, so that's everything. And my daughter, she's a sophomore in college, my oldest daughter, she was like, oh, Mama, they said some man over there just passed out. I'm like, huh? Where? And she was like, over there. And she was like, they've been on the phone with EMS. She was like, Mama, they over there trying to give him CPR. And I looked and I was like, oh my God. I said, we got to go and save this man. So my daughter was scared. I said, you a CNA. I said, you're going to lose your license. I kind of scared her a little bit. And I said, we got to go and save this man. She was scared. I said, you know what? Come on. I'm about to do it with you. So we went over there. They had the man on his side. He was unresponsive. No pulse, no nothing. So me and my daughter instantly laid this man on his back. So I started doing the compressions, and I was like, okay, you're going to have to blow in his mouth. So one of the homeless people was on the phone with EMS. And EMS was like, well, you got to do mouth to mouth. But if you can find a plastic bag, poke 3 holes in it, put it over his mouth and blow in it. So my daughter was so nervous to touch him. And she put it on his mouth. And she was like, she was blowing soft. So I'm like, okay, I guess I wasn't pushing down hard enough. And so she was like, Mama, you're going to have to come up with them compressions up. She was like, you want to try to almost break his ribs. So I'm pressing. I said, okay, you know what? Let's switch. I had on some gloves. And so I was like, well, let's switch. She did the compressions and I blew in his mouth. I took my hand and I blew as hard as I could over his mouth. And I kept doing it. I did it twice. She did the 30 compressions. Nothing. So we repeated the process. He was coming back once I blew in his mouth. And she started pumping again. He was coming back, but we lost him again. So we did it again. EMS still hadn't came. Me and my daughter worked on this man for almost 10 minutes. That last time, I blew in his mouth 3 times instead of twice. Once I blew that 3rd time, he came back. And by the time he came back, that's when the firefighters came. They came. We had revived him. Me and my daughter brought this man to life. Listen. That was a scary situation. And the only thing that I can think of is God had us there at the right place and the right time. But I pulled this out to let you guys know that right before we did that last set of compressions and them last breaths, let me tell y'all something. When I did the one before the last one, his jaw locked up. Locked. I couldn't open it. I was trying to force it open with both hands. And I got it open just a little bit to blow in. I put that oil on his head and I said, Lord, in Jesus' name, Lord, if it's your will, please let us revive this man. Please put breath into this man's body. And so I blew. And I did it 3 times the last time. And that's when he came back. Let me tell y'all something. There is power in prayer. There is power in prayer and there is power in numbers. There is strength in numbers. Okay? Never in my life did I imagine that would happen. I never imagined that would happen. My daughter was kind of traumatized a little bit and shaken up. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, listen, we saved this man's life. Because he probably wouldn't have made it waiting on EMS to get there. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all, we got to get serious about life. That man's life could have been gone. It could have been gone if we were not there. We were at the right place and the right time, and I felt like God led me to doing it. God led me to doing that. Now, what if I wasn't obedient? That man would have died. That man would have died. Just like I'm doing these videos, I'm being obedient. This ain't nothing that I want to do. No, I felt like God called me to do this. God are giving me these messages to give to y'all. Come on, people. We got to wake up. We got to wake up. Now, listen, I love y'all. We going to be steadfast. We going to get our prayer life right. We going to get this thing together, okay? We going to get it together, and I'm going to see you guys on next time. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all.